Imagine coming home to your own house, tired from a run, already thinking about the day ahead, and your key no longer works. You check it once, then again. Maybe the lock is stuck. Maybe you are distracted. Or maybe the house is playing some ordinary trick on you. Then the door opens. A woman is standing inside. She looks enough like you to make the moment feel impossible. She is in your house, behind your door, inside your life. And before you can understand what is happening, your husband appears and says the words that turn confusion into terror. She is my wife. That is The Nightmare at the Center of My Husband's Wife by Alice Feeney, a domestic thriller built on one of the most disturbing questions a story can ask. What if the life you came home to no longer recognized you? Eden Fox is an artist on the edge of something important. Her first exhibition is coming. Her work is about to be seen. She and her husband have recently moved into Spyglass, an old house in the seaside village of Hope Falls. From the outside, it sounds like a new beginning. A creative life about to open into something larger. But thrillers understand something about new beginnings. Sometimes they are not clean starts. Sometimes they are places where old stories wait in the walls. Spyglass is not just a house. It has weight, history. It has the kind of presence that makes people in a village remember stories they may not fully understand. It sits above everything like a secret that learned how to become architecture. Eden believes she lives there. She knows her marriage. She can walk out the door and return to the same world. Then, one small object betrays her. A key. The mystery does not begin with a body, a chase, or a dramatic confession. It begins with something tiny and personal. A key that should work but does not. A door that should open but stays shut. A home that should welcome her back but suddenly behaves like it belongs to someone else. To Thur is the woman inside. Alice Feeney uses that image like a match in a dark room. One husband, two women. Someone is lying. The phrase is simple, but the pressure behind it is enormous, because the obvious question is not only who is telling the truth. The deeper question is how many people have to lie before one person disappears from her own life. Eden is not just facing a stranger. She is facing a version of reality where everyone else might accept the stranger before accepting her. It is not only about identity, it is about proof, recognition, reputation, marriage. The terrifying possibility that the people around you can decide who you are. 6 months earlier, another woman enters the story. Birdie is a reclusive Londoner whose life has been shaken by a devastating diagnosis. She inherits spyglass from a grandmother she barely knew, and that inheritance brings her to Hope Falls. Birdie's story feels like a different kind of mystery. A woman arrives in a seaside village. A strange house waits for her. Family history begins to surface. But the deeper she goes, the more Spyglass feels like a place where stories are connected long before the characters understand how. Birdie also discovers something deeply unsettling. A shadowy London clinic called Thanatos claims It can predict a person's date of death, including her own. That idea changes the temperature of the book. Suddenly, my husband's wife is not only asking who stole a life. It's also asking what people do when they believe time is running out. Would they tell the truth? Would they become someone else before the end arrived? This is where the novel begins to widen. Eden's locked door is the hook, but the story is bigger than one woman standing outside her own house. It is about the people behind that moment, the ones who may benefit from confusion, the secrets a marriage can hide, the past that may have been rewritten so many times that the truth no longer feels easy to touch. Harrison becomes one of the most disturbing pieces of the puzzle because his denial is so calm. He does not need to shout. He simply refuses to recognize the woman standing in front of him. That makes the scene colder. Eden is not only fighting a stranger, she is fighting a version of reality where everyone else may choose the stranger first. The danger is not only inside the home. It is inside the idea of being erased while the world keeps moving as if nothing strange is happening. Hope Falls adds another layer. It looks like the kind of seaside village where life should be quiet. But in this story, quiet does not mean innocent. People notice things, hold back just enough to make every conversation feel incomplete. The house feels beautiful, but not peaceful. It feels like a place built to watch and be watched. The walls know more than the people inside are willing to say. That atmosphere is where Alice Feeney works best. Every answer creates another question. Who is the woman inside the house? Why does Harrison choose her? And how far can a lie go before it becomes easier for everyone to accept than the truth? The smart thing about this book is that it does not survive on one twist. The locked door is only the first pressure point. After that, the story keeps layering identity, marriage, illness, inheritance, memory, and old damage until you begin to wonder whether anyone in Hope Falls is telling the whole truth. The book feels fast, but not empty. The twists matter because the emotional question underneath them is so personal. What happens when your life is not taken by a stranger alone, but by people who know exactly where the weak spots are? For readers who enjoy domestic thrillers, identity mysteries, unreliable characters, and stories where the safest place becomes the most dangerous one, this book has a very strong hook. No spoilers here. No ending explained. No final reveal. Just the door, the key, the woman inside, the husband who says she belongs there, and Eden, standing outside her own life, trying to prove that she is still the one who owns it. So, here is the question. If you came home and your husband said another woman was his wife, what would scare you more? The stranger inside the house? Or the fact that he said it so easily,